What's up, everyone? It's Crooked Rock here, and today is week 5 of the I.L.L, and I had the great privilege and the great honor of being able to face off against my good buddy on YouTube, Wmar, and his Miami Infernapes. Now, last week, if you recall, against Kelly, I did in-game commentary. But this week I really wasn't feeling it. I knew this was going to be a big battle for the two of us. He and I have been battling for some time now, getting the feel of each other's battle style and all that kind of stuff, so I didn't think it was appropriate for me to try and focus on recording at the same time of trying to focus on the battle. So I decided to put on my hype music and play the battle at my highest point. So I'm going to go ahead and start the playback, and we'll just get this battle underway. So I lead off with V-neck, and he leads off with his fedora. I know I can't stay in here at all, so I jump into Happy Mother's Day because as I said in the team builder or the team prep video, that even though normally I would be afraid of this thing walling my Blissey, I do not have Seismic Toss this week. I have Shadow Ball instead, and so I don't have to worry about being walled by this. And honestly, I wall it for the most part, unless it brings some really crazy moveset. I really wall this thing. So he Thunder Waves, and then he taunts me, and I saw the taunt coming, so I Shadow Ball, and I get the special D drop, which is amazing. I figured he'd probably switch here, but I didn't do anything about it. I probably could have switched myself. He switches into Kane, his Gyarados. He doesn't have leftover, so I'm thinking he's probably Mega. I go ahead and switch out to Ferrothorn, because I know even if he starts setting up, and even if he is Mega, there's nothing that his Cane can do to my Ferrothorn, unless he gets like some crazy like crit Earthquake, and I still don't think a crit Earthquake will take me out of +1. He can't do anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay in, as he also stays in. I switched. He went for the Dragon Dance. So now he's gonna switch out, go into Jabber, which I went for the Power Whip on the Gyarados, and that actually did a ton of damage. So I'm very confident that if I were to use Power Whip on Gyarados, that it could very well come close to taking out the Gyarados. So I go and switch out because I know I'm not the Flamethrower, and he goes for the Earth Power, actually. I'm kind of afraid of a mixed, but I go ahead and stay in, and I live thanks to my bold nature. I was very afraid of the mixed Nidoking, what it could do. So when I saw that superpower come out, I was like, oh well, crud. I mean, I've lost my Blissey. But I live, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the Stealth Rocks up. And so on this next turn, I was thinking hard. He's probably gonna superpower again, and so I could have switched in my Beedrill, which would have eaten up the superpower. But I figured, well, what about the off chance that he uses Earth Power? My Hitmontop can take any hit that this Jabber has, whether it be physical or special. So I went ahead and switched into. Oh wait, no, I apologize. I protected this turn just to see if he would superpower again, and he does. So this next turn, I go ahead and switch into Hitmontop. Excuse me, sorry. Switch into Hitmontop, and he gets the critical hit, which is obviously not ideal. But I go ahead and get the Fake Out to take out the Jabber. And then he sends out Pyrokin, which, in this case, I basically am kind of stuck. I go go for the Sucker Punch, hoping that it'll take it out with the Life Orb, and it doesn't. I really should have just switched to Houndoom, but I didn't. That was a misplay on my part. He gets a Side Shock and he gets the kill on B-Neck. So if I would have switched into Houndoom originally, I might have been able to get a little bit more off on this Pyro and get down the Sucker Punch. So I tried to Sucker Punch him, but he shows off with the Thunder Wave on the Victini, which I figure is probably just for the Houndoom because he knows Houndoom basically walls Victini. But it was very interesting to see Thunder Wave on the Victini. So I know I can't really do much to this jockey. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch out to Mother-in-Law because I know that jockey can't do anything even with Superpower. That did 53%. So I'm assuming he's Choice Scarf as he switches out. Pyro King comes in and dies to the rocks, which gives Blissey a kill. So far, 1 down for me, 2 down for him. Him on top has a kill, and Blissey has a kill. And he's going to bring in Fedora on Mother-in-Law. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. I figure he's going to Shadow Ball. As he doesn't disappoint. And don't mind me, eats that up for days. Now I have Synchronized, so he taunts me. And for some reason, I did not think of the taunt. I knew full well that the taunt was there, and it's probably going to come. But I did nothing about it, and so I still went for Wish anyway. So on his next turn, he's gonna Thunder Wave me, which obviously synchronizes the Thunder Wave him. I'm gonna get a Foul Play off, which does a ton of damage. Even though this Mantis is a special base Pokemon, its physical attack is decent enough, and my physical attack is low enough that did a ton of damage. It did over half health. Or half of its HP, so here he's gonna stay in and get fully paralyzed, and I finish off with a Foul Play. So at this point, he has 3 down, and 3 separate Pokemon have kills. So he comes in with Kane next. I'm not really afraid of this thing as he Dragon Dances, and I Wish, and goes straight into Mother-in-Law as he proceeds to Dragon Dance again. And Mother-in-Law gets all that juicy health back. He goes for the Crunch, and like I said before, unless he got a crit, nothing could take me out at +2. So that only does 57%, and he takes both Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet damage, which takes 25% of his health off. And then I hit the Power Whip and take out Kane. So that's 4 down on his team, and 4 separate Pokemon on my team have kills. Now at this point, I know something has to die. Because there is no possible way that Jockey doesn't take out Blissey with Superpower, Ferrothorn with Superpower, Houndoom with Superpower, and Umbreon, he could take it out in 2 Superpowers. Now, I could have predicted and gone out into Beedrill on the Superpower, but I decided it was probably in my better interest to not let Beedrill die to a possible Stone Edge. So I stay in on the Superpower and let him, take the damage from Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, and to also get the defense drop. Now at this point I send in Beedrill. I could immediately just go for the U-turn. I'm not entirely sure, I'd have to look it up, but I believe regular Beedrill Jolly outspeeds regular Tyranitar, but I was very afraid that he was a Choice Scarf Tyranitar, so I went ahead and protected on the first turn as he switches up to Top Hat. So I Mega Evolve and I Protect. which obviously fails. And he's leftovers sloping. So go ahead and U-turn, and that does 74% damage, which is a ton. And then I send out the Umbreon, which basically walls this sloping. So at this point, you know, it's basically just a stall war between the two of us. And so we just, you know, exchange attacks on and on, back and forth, and just continue the stall war until I finally, you know, predict some type of attack, switch into Happy Mother's Day. He's getting all that health back, and I soft-boiled, so even with the Psy Shock, it's not doing massive amounts of damage, and I'm able to get the Shadow Ball off, which is also super effective damage, and he just continues to Thunder Wave my Pokemon back and forth, slack off in my face, as I keep Shadow Balling to no avail. So I predict a Scald, go back into Umbreon again, and he finally got the burn, which synchronized the burn onto the top half. So again, we continue this stall war. I'm wishing up, he's scalding, slacking off, all that wonderful stuff. I Heal Bell, he Psy Shocks, I think expecting a switch there. I think he was expecting me to switch straight to Blissey to get the Wish off, or maybe into Beedrill. He probably expected me to switch into Beedrill thinking I could take a Scald. And then I could U-turn and finish this off. But I get the Heal Bell Wish off, and he's taking more burn damage. I get the Foul Play, which is doing decent amounts of damage, as he keeps slacking off in my face. I'm gonna Foul Play one more time, as he goes for the Scald, or the Thunder Wave, pardon me. But I know at this range, because he outspeeds me, he is going to slack off. So I go ahead and... oh wait, not this turn. A couple turns later. Sorry, the Star War is still continuing. I apologize for the extremely long-winded stall war. I get the Heal Bell off, which means I outspeed. I go for the Foul Play. So he goes for the Thunder Wave again, which is this is where I make the prediction. I'm sitting at a 36%. I go ahead and make the prediction to switch, thinking that he's going to slack off and get a free switch into Beyonce when he slacks off. Now he's down to 79%. And at this point, my first U-turn only did 74%. So if I don't play this right, he could either kill me. I guess I could have played it multiple ways. I could have gone ahead and U-turned here and gone straight to Umbreon or Houndoom and expected a Psy Shock. Or I could protect and then U-turn, which is what I do here. I protect, expect the Psy Shock, and he does Psy Shock, which gets him down to 73%, which is just within range of my U-turn, and I take him out with a U-turn. And then I send out the Sucker Punching Mr. Talk, because I know that at this point he's definitely scarfed because of the continued switches. So I go ahead at 6%, I know a Sucker Punch can take him out. So I go ahead and Sucker Punch and I finish off this battle. And his 6 Pokemon went down, and all 6 of my Pokemon, every single one of them, got a kill as I'm playing this game. Blissey getting a Stealth Rock kill, no less, but every Pokemon on my team in this battle got a kill. All in all, it was a good battle. You know, I think I spent more time on this team building than I did so far with any other player in the league thus far. And I think, you know, just putting all the extra time and effort into it really kind of gave me more of a competitive edge for this specific battle. Maybe not over Wmar, you know, as a whole, but in this specific battle. But all in all, I think I made some fairly good predictions for the most part, better than I have in the last few games. He definitely brought some stuff that I was expecting. He brought some stuff that I was hoping not to see, like double D dancing and Miss Magus and Victini. All four of those in the same realm was kind of worst case scenario for me. But he brought all of them, and I still managed to overturn that and finish off this battle with a victory. So, good game to you, Wmar. I'm excited to see, you know, the remainder of this season for both of us. I know you're gonna get down on yourself after this battle, but I just want you to keep your head up, bro. You're still doing really well in your division, and I definitely have faith in you for playoffs. So just keep your head up and keep working hard. So your Hub City Houndooms are now 4-1, I believe, after this week. So definitely got a good edge right now on a majority of the competition, and I'm excited to see, you know, what it's going to look like going in and trying to get the playoff spots, because it's going to be very competitive within the top 3, top 4 spots on our roster in the Moon division. So I'm excited to see the future of the I.L.L, the future of the Hub City Houndooms, and yeah, that's basically it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week.